Om Yogis, welcome to this practice today with the butterfly Maiden, a goddess of presence and joy. We start in Sukhasana, cross-leg position, connecting with the breath. Incrementally deepen and lengthen your breathing. Become very present to the nourishment you are receiving. Breathing in light, color, absorbing the elements of nature, the sun, the moon, the flowers, the sea, the sand, butterflies, bird song. Open yourself up to receiving whatever wants to come into your awareness. As you breathe out, let yourself settle gently like a butterfly upon a flower. Be delicate in your settling. Gently taking in everything that is coming to you. Reject nothing. When you're ready, let's twist to the left, hold and breathe. Keep receiving, keep settling. Like a butterfly upon a flower, be delicate in your settling. Be gentle in your receiving. So inhale here, exhale, come back to center. And gently start to twist to the right. Absorb the elements of nature, the sun, the moon, the flowers, the sea, the sand, butterflies, bird song. Open yourself up to receiving whatever wants to come into your awareness right now. Inhale here, exhale, release. Come back to center. Bring your arms up. Take a deep breath in, receive what is coming. And as you exhale, twist to the left and settle here. Inhale back to center, arms up. Exhale, twist to the right and settle. Keep going on your own. Inhaling, reaching and receiving. Exhaling, twisting and settling. Coming back to center when you're ready, lean back into your hands. Take your feet to the outer edges of your mat and drop your knees left and right. The butterfly maiden is a goddess of the Americas. She comes in 1,000 colors of ethereal light and warmth. Keep moving side to side, lovelies, as she moves in 1,000,000 ways. She is here, she is there, she is everywhere, in a constant dance of joyful transformations. Just gently start to turn your head away from your knees as they settle. Keep moving left to right. Coming back to center when you're ready. Let's roll to the left side, so lie upon your left side, supporting your head in your hands. Your knees will come together and we'll keep the feet together as we separate the knees on the inhale. Exhale back together again. Keep going on your own, inhaling as you separate your knees, feet are together. Exhale as the knees come back together again, mimicking the action of the butterfly. Beautiful. Now bring your top foot to a tree position, straightening your lower leg. Now we bend and extend that top leg. Opening, flying, lowering, settling. Joining the dance of joyful transformation. That butterfly maiden loves to do. Come back to center when you're ready. Roll to your right side. Support your head with your hands. Toes together, knees separate. Inhale as the legs open, the knees open. Exhale as they close. Your legs are replicating the butterfly's wings. Close your eyes, allow yourself to really experience the obvious sensations within this movement. The muscles working and the balance required. Now move into what is more subtle, like the breath entering the nostrils, the sensation of the air or the heat upon your body, the heaviness of the head, sensations in your scalp, your mouth, your eyes. Feel it all. Beautiful. Let's bring that top foot now to tree pose. Extend the bottom leg. Extending the leg, opening, and bringing the leg back in, settling. Butterfly Maiden's black hair is decorated with flowers. That vivid color against the dark background has a striking effect. She loves to play with the juxtaposition of contrasting forms, emotions, and situations. or to do the dance of life. Let's come out of that when you're ready. Roll to your back and lie down. Bringing your feet to the mat, preparing for bridge pose. We're going to raise the hips as you inhale, and exhale, lower the hips. Keep going on your own to the rhythm of your breath. Beautiful. Now as you raise your hips, lift one arm up and over your head, turning your head away from the arm. As you exhale, you lower the arm down and center the head. Inhale, the other arm is coming up, hips up, head turns away. Exhale, lower and center. Keep going with this on your own. Notice the muscular effort, the dominant sensations within the pose, within the movement. Adjust what you're doing if those dominant sensations feel at all overwhelming. Receive and settle. Notice the depth and the length of your breath as you move. The expression upon the face. The feelings in the feet and the fingers. A couple more here on your own. Notice what there is to notice. Receive whatever is coming to you as best you can. And each time you lower the hips and center the head, let yourself settle. Beautiful. When you're ready, come to center. Let the hips lower. Bring the knees in. And take a twist to your left side now. Come into your experience of settling gently. Be super delicate in your sensing. Reject nothing, let everything come to you as it wants to. Receive it as you inhale, let it settle as you exhale. Keep letting yourself settle with every exhalation, settling gently. So delicate in your sensing. So inhale here, lovelies. Exhale back to center. And in your own time, take the same twist to the right side. observe what is coming into you. Can you be super delicate in your experience of receptivity and settling? Can you be fully present? If you are thinking, can you receive those thoughts gently and delicately without blocking, judging, or ignoring them? And then breathing out, can you settle into presence, into the gift and the beauty of being present? Butterfly Maiden is with you, gently teasing you into deeper and deeper levels of presence. When you're ready, come back to center and gently roll to your belly. Make a pillow with your hands and rest here. Your toes are together, toes in, heels out. Where is your breath? Where is your mind? Where are the feelings? Can you receive whatever comes and center there? Can you be present? When you're ready, lovelies, keeping all of that in mind, come into Sphinx pose. In fact, keep nothing in mind, just see what comes. Receive and settle. The Butterfly Maiden cocoons us in the depth of awareness and practices of presence. The very air that follows her movements says, feel and live fully. Explore every colour, scent and sight within the garden of your practice today. Every sound, every feeling, every thought, turn nothing away, reject nothing. Feel and live fully. Where is your breath? Where is your mind? Can you receive whatever comes and center there? Can you be present? When you're ready, lovelies, let's come out of that. Press back to child's pose. We're going to take the knees apart and reach the arms forward. The butterfly maiden asks, what are you clutching to that prevents the movement needed to grow? She celebrates your recognition and release of old ways and habits, and reminds you that it has to be this way for your spiritual ascension. So allow and release, lovelies. No holding on. Pressing back when you're ready to cat-cow. Inhaling, offer your heart. Exhale, round your spine. And then pressing back to child's pose once more, but this time bring your knees together, your hands come back behind you, away from your head. Butterfly Maiden teaches we all go through cycles of outgrowing the self, where we are forced into the breaking down of the self to eventually evolve the self. Come back to cat-cow when you're ready. Butterfly Maiden often comes near the end of a cycle when we are ready for a re-emergence as someone radically transformed through our own life cycles. Let's come back to sit upon the heels and then sit to your left hip for Ardha Matsyendrasana, half spinal twist. Breathe, receive, and gently settle. Notice the depth and length of the breath, the expression of the face, the feelings in the feet and the fingers. Gently, delicately settling to whatever is coming to you right now. This is the practice of presence. When you're ready, lovelies, let's come back to center. Sitting to the right hip this time, twisting again the other way. Receive and settle. Like a butterfly upon a flower. Receiving the sun, the moon, the wind, the elements of nature. Let it all into you. Receive and settle. When you're ready, lovelies, let's come out of that. Sitting to your heels, center yourself here. We're coming into a seated flying cat-cow now. Arms go wide, chest opens, arms come in, chest, spine gently rounds. So inhaling, offer your heart, exhale, round your back. Picturing the butterfly maiden's black hair decorated with brightly coloured flowers. That vivid colour against the dark background has a striking effect. This goddess loves to play with the juxtaposition of contrasting forms, emotions and situations. In other words, she loves to let it all in. Coming to center when you're ready, press back, downward facing dog. Ask yourself the question, what is coming into you? Can you be delicate in your experience of receptivity and settling? Can you be present with it all? If you are thinking, can you receive those thoughts gently and delicately without blocking, judging or ignoring them? And then breathing out, can you settle into presence? From downward facing dog, let's bring the hands back to the feet, bend your knees deeply, keeping the tailbone heavy. Start to roll up through your spine, head and shoulders last. Once you find standing, bring your chin back in towards your chest, allow your shoulders to fall in, and come back down into a forward bend with your knees very bent. Inhaling as you slowly roll up, unfurling your spine, exhaling, rolling back in again. Move slowly to the rhythm of your own breath. Feel the action of receiving and opening as you rise. And releasing and settling as you lower. Receive and open. Release and settle. And be fully present to whatever is coming into you. Beautiful. When you're ready now, come to standing. And just start to swing your arms gently side to side. Bring your hands to your hips and start to circle your hips. Now circle your hips in the opposite direction. Close your eyes, be present to every sensation, every thought, every feeling, every sound. Every breath. Beautiful. Come back to center. Now let your hips start to sway. Release your arms and add a sensitive, delicate, complementary arm movement to your hips. So just let the movement come up through your hips into your shoulders, your arms. your fingers, close your eyes, and dance here. Gently settling in, feeling yourself upon the air as the maiden speaks. She says, gift yourself with the freedom of joy. Not the idea of joy as skipping through the meadows, feeling light-hearted and in love with everything in existence, although that might be where you are. But when I speak of joy, I mean the lived joy that accompanies pure presence. The freedom to breathe deeply, to feel your feet upon the earth, to move your body, to acknowledge the miracle of thought, the pounding of the heart, the taste of your food, the gratitude for the aches and the pains. Let it all in. Live and live fully. Live and live fully. Beautiful. When you're ready, lovelies, just come to center. Stand with your feet parallel to your hips and start to take clockwise circles using your feet to create these circles. Once you feel ready, start to allow your hips, allow your whole torso to join in, even your head. If you can balance and keep the eyes closed, do so. If not, then just gaze towards the floor. Stay in your circles, stay in your cycles. Now keep circling, but just allow that movement to get smaller. Smaller, smaller, and faster, more delicate, smaller still, until eventually the body is barely moving and the movement is spiraling within the subtle. There is a subtle and small still dancing going on within you. Then lovely is settling. Everything settling. Settling. Beautiful. Let's take the feet apart now. Come into Malasana. Live and live fully. Within this living presence is the joy of existing, the joy of living, which is enough, which can exist alongside other emotions or difficult situations. Finding joy whilst paradoxically experiencing pain is an example of how spiritual life liberates us in miraculous and unexpected ways. And juxtaposing pain and joy brings us into the fullness of what pure presence can be and bring. We live and live life fully. And this is the teaching of the Butterfly Maiden. When you're ready, lovelies, let's come to sit down. Take Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees are wide. Become fully present to the best of your ability to the moment that you are in. The moment you are in now. Rejecting nothing, living everything. Expand your wings to fly upon the experience of being alive. That is enough. That is joy. Come into Sufi grind here, so hold your toes and start to rotate your torso now anti-clockwise. So with the Butterfly Maiden, we're reframing ideas about joy, reframing joy into presence. The butterfly is not here for long, so experiences gratitude and joy of being within each moment. Each flutter of her wings is an expression of the joy of life, the joy of this moment. Change the direction of your circles, lovely. Because joy is not a one-way idea, it's not a one-dimensional thing, but rather an openness to the freedom of receiving and settling. Joy is, in essence, a lack of resistance to living however life looks. I think this is why to some of us joy feels so elusive. A lack of resistance to living however life looks. Beautiful. When you're ready, come to center. We're going to drop into living now by separating the legs, come into straddle pose. Prop yourself, 2 blocks, a bolster, pillows and blankets. And then just rest here. We're going to hold for about 10 minutes. So make sure that you're not overwhelmed by sensation. Not too much, not too little. And fall in. Fall in. So lovely as we all go through cycles of outgrowing the self, where we are literally forced, sometimes kicking and screaming, into the breaking down of the self, to eventually evolve the self. Just take a moment now to contemplate, where are you growing? Where are you growing? And how does it feel to grow right now? Do you feel it in your legs, your back, your brain, your breath, or somewhere else? How does it feel to be growing right now? What might be breaking down? And where do you feel this? How does it come into you? How receptive are you to this process? Are you holding yourself against it? Against what comes? Or surrendering to it? Or is it a bit of both? And what are you becoming? Where does this becoming, feeling, or knowing begin to manifest itself? What is your perception of becoming? Where is it? Is it in your heart, your sight, your ability to be, to receive? Or maybe to settle. Is it in the release of the hinge of the jaw or the deepening of the breath? Gently and sensitively allow yourself to settle here. Receive and settle, breath by breath, moment by moment. Recognize each moment as it comes and be present. His presence. Receive and settle like the butterfly resting on a flower. Go gently, be delicate. When you're ready, lovelies, start to gently come out of that epic 10-minute hold. Leaving your props where they are. We're going to sit so one of your hips is directly onto the edge of your prop. Your legs are in deer pose here, which means your shins are more or less, one shin is more or less facing the short edge of your mat, the other the long edge. And from here, just twist to your prop and relax again. Receiving and settling. Reframe your ideas about joy. Reframe joy as presence. A butterfly is not here long, so experiences terrific gratitude and happiness and joy just through living fully within each moment. Each flutter of her wings is an expression of the joy of life. And perhaps, for today, each flutter of the butterfly's wings can be a small shattering of what we think joy is. Come into presence, come into joy. Reframe your ideas about joy, reframe joy into presence. A butterfly is not here for long, so experiences terrific gratitude and joy just through living fully within each moment. Each flutter of her wings is an expression of the joy of life, and perhaps a small shattering of what we think joy is. Relax into presence. Relax into joy. So delicate, so sensitive. The joy of Butterfly Maiden. When you're ready, lovelies, let's come out of that. We're going to do the same pose on the other side, so the other hip is to your prop. Twist, let go, receive, settle, relax, and maybe feel joy. Let's become really interested in the delicacy or the taste of this pose. Experience it as fully as possible. Rejecting nothing, opening to everything that is coming your way. And reframe your feelings about joy. Joy that might have felt unattainable before. Feel joy as felt experience. Right now, the breath, the stretch, the familiar feelings and the unfamiliar. Feel joy in noticing the thoughts. Joy and abundance coming into you, existing within and around you in every moment of presence. Beautiful. When you're ready, gently unravel yourself, coming up and turning around so you can lean into your prop now and come into supine butterfly. If you have a strap and want to take it around your hips and feet, you can do so, but make sure your buckle is not resting to your skin. Or you can leave the strap out completely and rest the knees to extra blankets if you have any. When you find your pose, live it, experience it. Live it fully, feel it fully. Receive and settle. Be present. Butterfly Maiden teaches that within this living presence is the joy of existing, the joy of living, which is enough. This joy can exist alongside other emotions or difficult situations. Being present and finding joy, whilst paradoxically experiencing pain, is an example of how spiritual life liberates us in miraculous and in unexpected ways. Juxtaposing pain and joy, brings us into the fullness of what pure presence can be, where we can live and live fully. Breathe in and receive. Exhale and settle gently. Be present. Butterfly Maiden teaches us that joy is not a one-dimensional idea, but an openness to the freedom of receiving and settling. Joy is, in essence, a lack of resistance to living, however living looks. Receive and settle, and be present. Joy is, in essence, the ability to receive living, however living looks. To receive life and be present. Beautiful. When you're ready, lovelies, slowly start to come out of that pose. Meet me in Sukhasana, cross-leg position, but cross your legs the weird way. No resistance, Receive the weirdness. And then twist to the left. Hold and breathe. Receive and settle. Inhale here. As you exhale, come out of that. Inhale, let the spine be long, and exhale, twist to the right. Inhale here, exhale, release. It's inhale, take the arms above the head. Exhale, bring them down as you twist to the left. Inhale, back up above the head. And exhale, twist to the right. Continue on your own to the rhythm of your own breath. Moving twists here, receiving as the arms come up and settling as the arms come down and you twist. Butterfly Maiden is a goddess of the Americas. She comes in 1,000 colors of ethereal light and warmth. She moves in 1,000,000 different ways. She is here, there, and everywhere, in a constant dance of joyful transformation. A dance of moving, changing, falling, opening, settling, living, juxtapositions, which she receives with the fullest of joy, because she is open to being present. Receive it and settle it. A few more on your own now, receiving and settling, fully present. They say yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift, and that is why it is called the present. Coming back to center when you're ready. Let's just gently take the arms wide, open the heart, and exhale. Pull it all into us, let it all in. Inhale, offer your chest. Exhale, receive. Inhale, offering, receiving. Now exhale, settling. Beautiful. Coming to center when you're ready. Bring yourself down to the mat and take happy baby pose. In happy baby pose, visualize butterfly maiden's black hair decorated with bright, colorful flowers. The vivid colors against the dark backgrounds has a striking effect. And we understand now how she loves to play with the juxtaposition of contrasting forms, emotions, and situations. Or in other words, bring us into the fullness of presence. Gorgeous. When you're ready, let's release that. Bringing yourself into Shavasana, making sure that you'll be warm enough for the next 10 minutes or so. In Shavasana, connect with your breath and incrementally deepen and lengthen the breathing. Become fully present to the nourishment you are receiving right now. Breathing in light, sound, and color. Absorb the elements of nature. The sun, the moon, the stars, the flowers, the trees, the soil, the sea, the sand, shells, butterflies, birdsong. Opening yourself up to receiving whatever wants to come into your awareness right now. With each breath out, let yourself settle like a butterfly upon a flower. Be delicate in your settling and take everything in gently. Receive and settle. be present. Okay, lovely. As when you're ready, start to deepen your breath. Take a gentle, gentle stretch. Be delicate with yourself. Start to gently deepen the breath, stretching out the body in whatever way works. And in your own time now, hug your knees in towards your chest, stretch out your back body, rock a little side to side, and allow this movement to gently bring you to one side. Just rest for a moment here. And bring anything, if anything, that was relevant for you today back with you as you come to a comfortable seat. Bringing your hands to your heart center, feel gratitude to the butterfly maiden, goddess of the Americas, goddess of presence and joy. And with gratitude to you for your practice today, we are reminded that yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift, and that is why they call it the present. With so much love, Namaste.